Welcome to another edition of Trial by Magus. In today's episode, I continue my review of the Wings of the Warcache. This is the Kawasaki Ki-5 Tier 2 Premium Light Fighter. Now, taking a glance at this, several of you probably already thinking, that looks mighty familiar. And you're correct, this bears a striking resemblance to the German attack aircraft, the Bloemont Voss HA-137 V5 and V1. And there's a very good reason for that, because this aircraft was designed by Professor Vogt from Germany while he was working for Kawasaki in Japan. This was the final project that he worked on for the Kawasaki company before moving back to Germany to take up aircraft development at the Bloemont Voss Hamburg facility. This aircraft is interesting for several reasons. One, it is another Tier 2 fighter that is a monoplane. It was one of the earliest all-metal design aircraft put up in Imperial Japan, and she's pretty good looking. She does have an open cockpit, and her engine bay looks a little antiquated, as does the two-blade all-wooden propeller. But it's Tier 2 too, so you can't ask too much from it for being advanced and modern other than being a monoplane. As far as how she handles and what sets this aircraft apart from others, much like the Nakajima Ki-8 that I previously reviewed, her advantage over other Tier 2 light fighters is her speed. Her maneuverability is lacking compared to everything else at the tier in the classification of light fighter and multi-rolls. She'll be outturned by American F2Fs. Gun-wise, she's also rather light. You can't upgrade this thing's weapons, so she ends up with a firepower equal to that of a fully upgraded Tier 1 Japanese Type 91 fighter. Her altitude ceiling is higher than the biplanes, but lower, obviously, than the heavy fighters. Her gun power and health pool is small, so she is ill-suited to taking on full health attack aircraft like the TSH-2. The other tail gunners you're going to deal with at Tier 2 are the AO-192, the Demon, and the Ki-8. And those things have health pools low enough that even the small firepower on this aircraft will put them down before their tail gunner really can put some damage into you. Other advantages in a dogfight that this thing has to play is an excellent roll rate. She will change directions very, very quickly compared to a biplane. And that's really going to be the only chance you have to shake one of them off of your tail. A constant turning fight is always going to be a losing proposition in the Kawasaki. And that's about it. This is another aircraft, much like the Ki-8, which is going to depend upon having a good wingman or good teamwork from the other players on your team in order to ensure a good performance. She carries no bombs or outboard rockets or anything like that. You just have those two machine guns right there in the nose to work with as far as putting out damage and eliminating both soft ground targets and enemy aircraft. Honestly, when I first looked at this aircraft, I was glad that I got her because this aircraft has never been made available on the North American server before, but I was also somewhat underwhelmed when I took a look at her statistics. But when I took her into a battle with Purdue 1987 of the Warhawk clan as my wingman, the performance came out much better than I expected. And let's go ahead and see how that worked out now. Good hunting.